All right, guys, Shotty T here. We have an update video. I did make another video last night, but I'll let that come out either later tonight or tomorrow because I want to keep the update video on schedule. But be on the lookout for that. I'm going to talk about one of the tactic cards that's very useful for uh, different fights, as well as the live attempt at the high noon event. So should be interesting there. It was a struggle bus. I'm just going to tell you that for sure, especially those first three levels. But here we go, guys. Let's see what we got here. All right, Season 5 optimization. The default deposit has been adjusted from 100 to 6,000. Yeah, because I fell victim to that early on in the season when I think I deposited 100 instead of the maximum 6,000. So they just go ahead and assume you want to do the max deposit, and if you don't have enough, you can slide it downward. All right. Added the mature soon filter option in the bank deposit slip history list. All right. Optimize the sorting display of season activity and the description of current activity status. Adjusted the display position of rules in the wasteland trade, and that's the train event, by the way. And when commander teleports across war zones to other war zones in the same season group, they can march across war zones to their original war zone to participate in rampage bosses and doomsday. So that's a pretty cool thing there, because obviously in the previous maps, if you want to go to another server, you literally have to go through like a portal. But since they're all joined together, what they're saying here, if you teleport to another war zone for whatever reason, if you got a versus opponent there, or if you just have some type of tactical thing that you're trying to do over there, you don't have to miss out on your own server activity by teleporting back home, wasting the teleport. You can still participate in the Sunday activities for the Rampage boss and the Doomsday. All right. Optimize the display effect of fortune train tracks in the world. The president can perform actions related to official positions in the original war zone while in cross war zone status. So again, more responsibility that can be done not just from your home territory. All right, the high noon dual mode has been adjusted so that each player character has 3 health pool. When the character's health pool reaches 0, it counts as a dual defeat. Headshots deduct 3 H pools, so that's like an insta kill, while hits to the other body parts deduct 1 health pool. Bullets fired by both players will be destroyed if they collide in midair. Okay. New item added to the Crystal Gold Shop, Wasteland Cowboys limited avatar time frame. Let's check that out here, and also we'll see about this high noon dual mode. Okay, that starts next week, so we'll see what that looks like next week. But let's look at the Jesus. Yes, you can tell when you get old, you forgot what you was coming in to look for. Yeah, the Crystal Gold Shop. Okay. So they added something to the Crystal Gold Shop, but I don't see it officially yet. Maybe it's this cowboy hat. That's a lot. That's a lot for a cowboy hat. That's pretty expensive. So we'll have to be conservative on that. I think I'm more interested in that coffee next week. But anyway, let's continue. All right. Increase the number of season merit medals in the season alliance rewards. Increase the number of honor points for certain tiers in the individual bank plunder rankings rewards of the Crystal Gold Tycoon. So that's, of course, honor points. Nothing wrong with that. The profession skill free advanced teleport has been adjusted to provide 1 free advanced teleport that doesn't consume items every 7.5 hours. So it used to be 1 every 12 hours. Now it's 1 every 7.5. So basically you get 3 teleports a day that doesn't cost you any of your own inventory, because again, there's a lot of moving around in season 5. I don't know if, because I think these are all season 5 related. So obviously the free advanced teleports originates in season 4 or season 3. But I don't think this update applies to those. Let me know in the comment section if this does apply to your season as well, because again, it's a lot of moving around, so it's a lot of communication, so a lot of activity. All right, so that was just update number one. So that was a mouthful. So let's go to number two. Adjust the trigger rules for War Fever status and Stronghold Conquest. Attacking enemy-controlled strongholds will trigger War Fever status. Makes sense. If the stronghold is already controlled by your alliance when the troops arrive, it will switch to Garrison status, but War Fever will still take effect. Okay, so that's pretty key. So obviously, so whenever you're in Garrison, like whenever you're in War Fever status, you can't shield. So what this does, it makes it it's the wild wild west, right? So if you're garrisoning a building in the past, you're able to shield and not be knocked out of the building. But now it's saying that if you are, even if you are shielded, if you take part in protecting your building, which what you should do, it's going to remove that shield. So that means you're subject to get teleported. So I think that's more fair because obviously sometimes you got those teams that got impenetrable defense because they got people all shielded around and they got them all garrisoned, but now you can pick them apart. But obviously it goes both ways, so you have to plan accordingly, just like anything else. All right, so here we go. Garrison, your let's see. Well, actually, that's when you're attacking. Okay, so take that back. What I just said. So if you are in control of something that you're attacking, then you'll still be in War Fever status. But if you're on Garrison, your own alliance control will not trigger War Fever status. If your stronghold is controlled by enemies when troops arrive, it will automatically return and War Fever will still not be at trigger. Okay, so all that stuff I just said, cancel it because that just did it. So the first part is only when you're on the attack, if you're trying to take someone else's stronghold, and it's just saying if you have control of the other person's stronghold when you're in garrison status, you're still in War Fever. But if you're on the defense, if you had something already under your control and someone else is taking it back, you're still allowed to defend it without losing War Fever. So again, like I said, it was a double-edged sword in that first example I just said. This is a double-edged sword this way. So I guess it kind of makes it easier to maintain your buildings without being teleported. All right. So again, I always found good ways to spend stuff. All right. So number three, dynamic emote optimization. Optimize the size of the dice emote and optimize the display of certain animated emotes in dark mode. All right. Optimize the style of certain icons in the main interface. I saw that in the trucks that I sent out this morning. I guess the icon for the gearbox and the speed up box look different now, but they just look different. They still count the same. Optimize the rule for survivor tailors obtaining explore chests. If the daily chest acquisition is not reached, the remaining counts can accumulate up to a maximum of 300. So that way you don't have to worry about every day opening 6 radar tasks, because I used to do that to make sure I get those 30 boxes. So if you don't want to sacrifice your daily radar tasks, especially if you're in a tight versus for the week, that way on those off days where radar tasks are not needed, you don't have to feel obligated to use those boxes, because it used to be use it or lose it, but now they're saying you can stack them up to 300, which is up to 10 days worth. So that way you can kind of hoard them until the next versus each day now. That does count radar tasks. All right. Optimize the icon for survivor rewards. Optimize the item names for level tied food, iron, and chests. And adjusted the pack names for VIP exclusive packs. All right. So, and then of course you got your bug fixes here. It looks like quite a bit of bug fixes there. So anyway, make sure you collect your diamonds. But again, guys, there's a lot of season 5 related updates, especially on number 1. And then I believe the rest of these are to every season. So number 2, take note. That's a very key update. Because me personally, I think where if you're Garrison, if you have something that's already under your control and someone else is attacking it, you should have the right to defend yourself, even if they take control of it without losing War Fever, just to make it a little bit more balanced. So if you organize your defenses properly, you can still maintain a hold in a position. But that'll do it, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Again, be on the lookout for the other video that'll probably come out later this evening, because no telling what tomorrow morning is going to bring. So we'll go ahead and get this one out this morning, and the other one will come out later this evening. All right, guys, take care.